Hey there, Michael.
Hello, David.
So here you are with another Malcolm Gladwell book.
He writes them, I review them.
Well, for those of us keeping score, I believe this is number 3.
Correct, it is. It's number 3, and it's the best of the bunch. You know, Tipping Point was the first one, and it was about, how trends get started. It was interesting, but not great. The second one was Blink, Thinking Without Thinking, all about intuition. And I found that one fascinating because what Gladwell did is he found a bunch of psychological research and connected it with, sort of newsy events. Well, he's using that same formula in this one, Outliers, to make the case that success isn't about really who you are, but about where you are and how hard you work. So he's dug up some academic research and he's connected it to, stories that we've all heard about. And he's really produced what I think is a new way of looking at things.
So, for instance, what kind of stories?
Well, I'll simplify greatly, but here's one. It's the 10,000-hour rule. And Gladwell didn't come up with it, but he connects it to people we've all heard of, like Bill Gates, like the Beatles. And he shows that the best people in their field got that way because of, one, lucky circumstances, but two, being motivated to do a tremendous amount of hard work. Gates wrote software for 10,000 hours before he ever dropped out of Harvard and started Microsoft, which, he wasn't born with it. It's about, that'd be nature. But if you work at it, that's nurture. And I think that's what the book's about.
So successful people work hard. That's it?
Well, I told you, I'm simplifying. This is television. But Gladwell goes on, though, and it explains other things connected to this. For instance, why a string of plane crashes occurred. Why a group of very similar people all became super rich lawyers. Why kids with the highest IQs in California went almost nowhere. And even how working in rice paddies increases your ability in mathematics. I know it all sounds a little silly, but if you read the book, you'll get it. I think everyone who's a parent should read this book and then give it to your kids to read.
Wow, that's some endorsement, but you're a big Gladwell fan, aren't you?
Well, he is from Toronto, and I've met him a few times, but Gladwell's hit the big time. I'll tell you who's a fan of his, Barack Obama. He's read this book. Maybe you saw the president on TV not long ago saying American school kids should be in school longer. Their holidays shouldn't be so long. Well, that's the 10,000-hour rule, and it comes out of this book. It wasn't too popular with the students, though.
Well, I think I know what the verdict is on this one, Michael, but make it official.
No doubt about it. 2 thumbs up. Read this book, and then give it to your kids to read.
Will do. Thanks a lot, Michael.
My pleasure, David.